a school steep running rugby.
Yeah, well, that's what Grey College do, isn't it? They run it from everywhere and they score a lot of points, generally speaking. This Noordheuwel team, obviously massive underdogs for this one, but they've had an alright season so far. I mean, they just lost to Bloemfontein just last weekend, 34-28. And then they've beaten Ristenburg in the Noordheuwel Cup. Armand Van Eck, big ball carrier at the back from what I've seen of his clips. And again, that front row battle is going to be massive with Bezuidenhout, Agu and Burta in there. But as we've seen so often in this tournament so far, Eugene, it's the size of this pitch that needs to be used. Tidi Moaka Sasana is going to be a dangerous man, as is Lamla Ngudezi for Grey College. The 15s have been afforded a lot of space in this tournament so far, and they found it on those outside channels, so keep your eyes open for that.
Yes, how they utilize that space of what we saw earlier this morning, especially with teams with...
Just as the floodlights come on in Stellenbosch, let's hope that this game can set this pitch alight and this stadium alight. As you said, people pouring in now, POWERHOUSE, the hosts on. They finish our day off after this, so you're going to have to stay around and watch it, but this is just the hors d'oeuvre for the main course as Grey College gets underway.
Whistle blown out, is it? Excellent kick, is it? Well, not going the 10. So a little bit of a mistake. Was thinking the little bit of breeze that is there to help him to go to the 10. That was unsuccessful. So an early scrum, an early indication for us to see where these two front packs are lying.
Look, I'm no psychologist, but when you're stood in a tunnel waiting for 10 or 15 minutes, your mind can start playing tricks on you. You just wonder whether Van der Linden maybe have just overthought that kick-off. They've been waiting for it, keen to get going. These boys have travelled a long way, and now they're back in their happy place on this rugby field.
Bezuidenhout, Agu, Burta for Noordheuwel. Retakes for Badenhoos for Grey College, and an early reset. And I hope this is not a sign of things to come. Both these packs really want to stamp the authority at scrum time.
Yeah, absolutely, but the referees need to get a grip on these scrums. We've seen them take up a lot of time over the last couple of days, especially on the set, the shenanigans that goes on in the front row.
More of the Noordheuwel men are on the right here of the scrum. There's the push, there's the power. That ball needs to come out. Referee's going to have it reset, and just as you said, Andy, he's got to stamp his authority, especially here at scrum time.
Yeah, and Armand Van Eck, the 8, and Gideon Deirdricks with the ball in hand at the moment are going to have to shift that ball from the back of this scrum as quickly as they possibly can. Because that was not a good sign for them in that first scrum.
And there's the penalty, first penalty going the way of Grey College. That didn't take long.
No, the pressure came and the hand went in. It looks like one of the flankers maybe just couldn't help himself to put the hand in there and bring it back.
Well, is that going to go out? I don't think it has. Excellent take there on the right by Van den Berg. He goes on a little bit of a darting run, beats one, eventually gets brought down. Has that been ripped? Yes, it has. It has been ripped by the big Xander Smith. And he's on a foray forward. Quick ball needed, base. Fires a quick ball out to Badenhoos. He takes play just into the 22. Again, Van der Linden passes it out now, down the back line it goes. Excellent defense so far by Noordheuwel. Now they're switching the play. Taropoulos, he goes on a run. Still they're foraying forward on the right-hand side. That man, Ethan Adams, that time going for a run. Base again with a pass, no one there, but picked up in the midfield. Noordheuwel competing well at the breakdown, but still they come. Van der Linden with a darting run. Taking 2 or 3 defenders with him again. Base looking at options, fires it out again. Not the best of passes so far by the 9, but how is that for strength? And into touch he goes. That was brilliant strength by Tristan Marie. Brilliant stuff by the left winger. Just ran out of real estate on the left.
Well, great first defensive set from Noordheuwel. Van der Linden hasn't started well with his boot. It's a poor kick-off to start the game, and now he's just missed touch. And he Probably had a bit of a wind advantage with that as well, so he'll be not overly chuffed with his start.
No, he won't. That is Eitaler feeding it into the midfield. Noordheuwel deciding they're going to run themselves out of trouble here again. Onto the left peg it goes. Eitaler, has it gone into touch directly? Yes, it has, and back they come, and that's an unforced error. You can't give Grey College any opportunity to get into your 22, but the 9 and 10 of Grey College, the 9 base is passing, not great, not finding his man, and then the kicking of Van der Linden just need to be sorted.
Definitely slightly off kilt at the moment, but it's a quick adjustment for him to sort out. As we see Tion Farina throw into his first line out.
Finds his jumper there in Tralopoulos. Now the maul, trying to disrupt that maul. Referee's got his arm out for a penalty. Still that maul goes forward. Men are plenty going into the maul. Feet working together, legs are pumping. Still they're moving. Referee's still happy for that to keep going. Grey College at their best here at maul time. Again, the referee with his arm out. Will that ball be presented at the back? And still they drive forward. Now they go over the ball. Base going to the short side, into the hands of the 15. Nkadezi, and he goes over into the corner. A very simple try. It didn't take long for Base to find his men.
Nice setup, nice maul. Let's see the again. I mean, Armand Fanek got through the middle, was penalised, so maybe he just crept around the edge, and that's what the referee was talking about, but it was inconsequential in the end because it was easy for Nkadezi to dot down. There you see the maul collapses. Base takes a couple of steps to draw a couple of men in. There's Nkadezi to finish in the corner. It's been a pretty dominant start from Grey. But like you said, Noordheuwel have just shot themselves in the foot a couple of times. They had a good exit, but it was direct into touch after passing it back into the 22. And that set up the field position.
Well, that kick just past the upright. And you can't give good school sides any opportunity. Can't give them a second opportunity. But we spoke about this man, Sherwin Base. Maybe not finding his player, but that pass, eluding 2 defenders, and through he goes for an easy score in the corner.
Him taking those couple of steps to the side brings the defence out, which then means he can fire that flat pass quickly past them. And then when the recipient takes it, they're already pretty much past the defensive line. It's good work from Base.
Good hanging kick there by Eitaler. Chasing pack was up there as well, but it was well taken in by Grey College, and there the maul is set yet again. And forward, they are roaming, and roaming forward, they do go. Out it comes, oh, that has been dropped. Oh, well, we will now have to say Base not having the best of starts out there. That's a knock-on. It's going to allow Noordheuwel with a scrum.
Yeah, Keen Leerens and having a nice fight in there with AJ Boyson of Grey College. That's what you like to see in those mauls. They're not there just to, it's not a way of just setting the play. Get in there, fight for that ball. Look what happened. Just disrupted Base enough for him to make that mistake.
Kieran Reid looks like he's going to be at first receiver. They need a good ball here from Diedrichs. That he did get. Eitaler. Now it goes to Diedrichs. Now the man in the back line comes to the fore here with the right winger of Mark Rom. And he's been bundled into touch. Yes, he has. Marman, that is. Eventually bundled into touch, but that's good from Noordheuwel. Showing that their willingness to run with ball in hand.
Yeah, they just ran out of space in the end. I would like to see this man get the ball in some space. We saw a little run earlier on. Marman, you see there's the step. He actually beats the first man, keeps the ball alive, but there, that's the fullback. It's Sassani.
Excellent take by AJ Boyson for Grey College. Again, they're more working well together. There's the box kick, and we spoke long and hard about kicking the ball into the air here. Marman, oh, good catch, but he gets the man as well from Maria. He's taking his time to get up. Marman still on his knees, but play continues. Grey College over the ball, is it? Out it comes.
And over on the far side if they decide to move it. You can see Grey trying to pull the men over. They're looking for quick ball here.
Well, that's what is trying to do, trying to get it to the paceman there on the left-hand side. Rollison, he takes play inside the half year of Grey College. Diedrichs again. Well, that was well spotted. Great game awareness. There is the break. Now he pops it back into the inside to get Diedrichs. Can he get there? He pins his ears back. He's over the try line. And Noordheuwel, they have struck back with some great play and a great break as well. That was by Blount. Ran brilliantly there through the middle. An excellent supportive play there as well by Gideon Diedrichs, allowed him to score in the corner.
Diedrichs made it by delaying that pass. He allowed the defender to fly up, and then bang, straight through that gap goes JB Blount. And then after that, it was the pass of Diedrichs. It wasn't the greatest pass back to him. He still had a lot of work to do. But my word, if there was a little fire across the bow of Grey College.
And he's Diedrichs with the initial break as well. He spotted that the rush defense came up, held his pass a little bit, and then fired it out to Blount. And what a break by the big flanker himself. Here's the kick. It's drifting wide, I think. And the score is going to remain 5 apiece here. Well, I think we're in for an entertaining evening.
Well, Noordheuwel put their stall out early. They said they were willing to run it. And here it comes, Diedrichs. He just holds it, you see, bang. And then out of position is JD Badenhorst. He opens up the gap. Diedrichs gets it back. And he shows a lovely turn of pace to level up the scores. And the poor kicking of Van der Linden continues.
Well, this is maybe unexpected, but we are not going to say anything about that for now. All we're saying is Noordheuwel, they are up for the challenge here against Grey College. They might be dubbed as underdogs, but they certainly give it the best here in the opening stanza of this game.
Yeah, Van der Linden just needs to shake this off now. There's still 60 minutes left of the game.
He's had 2 errors from the 9 and 10 so far in this match. Free kick, early shove. Everything going Noordheuwel's way here a little bit. They're going to go for the tap. Interesting setup this is. That goes out there to Leerens. Big strong man, but he is kept up. A quick ball out there to Diedrichs. Eitala swings it out there to the outside there of Helmond. Helmond pops it up there to Rollison. He pops inside, cuts inside, steps off your left, steps off your right, keeps the play moving forward. Excellent continuity of play so far by the men from Krugersdorp. Still there for Diedrichs. He's got options left and right. Still waiting for the ball. Now then, a little bit under pressure. Eitala switches to the left-hand side. Now what can they do from this? Breaks another tackle. That's a big hit. Allows the ball to pop through. Pop free, I should say. That ball's kicked forward. No advantage gained. So it's going to be a scrum for the knock-on. And play all of a sudden is just in the half year of Grey College.
Yeah, they're rattled. They're definitely rattled. Noordheuwel have opened them up a couple of times. They've scored a lovely try. Starting to get scrappy at the breakdown. It's exactly what Noordheuwel will want right now.
Well, this is an aspect where over the last couple of days, Andy, we've seen teams' willingness to run even from deep inside their own half. There's a breeze on the back here of Grey College. Base. Van der Linden. Now the quick man. Oh, there's a good darting run. Cuts inside to the middle there. Brilliantly done by Van der Berg. Base still opts to come to the left-hand side. Van der Linden again manages to hold on to the ball. Out of pop that time by AJ Boyson. And that he gives it there to Tropolis. Base. That's still deemed to have gone back. So again, they're going to make a foray forward. That ball is ripped. Referee's got his arm out, probably just for a knock-on. We'll wait and see. But this is good, strong running this time by Ethan Adams. Ethan Adams still going, pops it on the inside. This time to Steyn. Steyn takes play inside the 22. They're still opting to go left. There's a few numbers on this side. There's a gap for the 15 to run in. Is he going to score in the corner? Yes, he is. Brilliantly done by Nkandezi, his second try. brilliantly done, and what a comeback by Grey College.
Well, it was all about the power of the tank, wasn't it, in the midfield? Ethan Adams. He just stays on his feet. He refuses to be tackled. And it just gives him the go forward. And Umgadesi hits that nice and flat. A couple of forwards out there. You're not going to catch that man. But that power in the midfield, it looked like there was nothing on. We saw Ethan Adams just stay alive, keep staying alive, keep staying alive. They couldn't. He got past the gain line, and then it was game on. And well read. And Van der Linden may not have started well with the boot, but that was a beautiful pass out to Umgadesi.
Well, you cannot keep this Grey College team down. And the lines they run to break the line of defense has been brilliant. It's been sharp. Oh, that kick is through the middle of the post there. 7 points is added. So 12 points to 5. Grey College into the lead. As we also see the right winger, Marman, has come off. Looks like he was holding his back there, but this was a finishing touches to that move.
Yeah, beautiful pass from Van der Linden. We just saw it there, right across the front of the defence. Umgadesi picks his line. All he's got to do is hit him, and he does. And then he knocks over a beautiful conversion. Like I said, after 10 minutes, he's just got to let it go. And now he's just had a nice passage of pay. But the more this man gets into the game, the more dangerous it's going to be for Noordheuwel.
Well, he can't be kicking it over to the tank. Van der Linden, he just pops a grubber into the half here of Noordheuwel. Now what is the counter-attack going to be like? Tries to dummy himself there. Gets it out there to Reed. And then they get the penalty, do they? Yes, they do. Play is taken about 5 or so meters outside the 22. Decision time here for Noordheuwel.
They've actually got some options here. They'll take a penalty, or I think it was a scrum. So they're going to take the penalty.
Well, that is a belt of a kick. Now it's all about the set piece at the line out. They've got big, tall men in this team. Not so much that Leurens. Also Wickendijk, he's out there.
I see Ian Smith is the man who's come on into that outside centre position. Oh wow, beautiful throw.
Excellent throw, and there is the maul set up perfectly, and Grey College have got to try and keep this at bay. No, they don't. How good was that? And back yet again, the team, the school from Krugersdorp come. Noordheuwel with another try, and with the conversion to come, this could be all tied up once again.
Tip of the cap, Clinton Agut. What a throw that was to hit the back. Here it comes again. Look how far that ball has travelled to the back. And then I think it looks like it's Steph Porter who's ended up with the ball in his mitts, but that all came from a very, very brave line out, which went over the 15-metre line. Clinton Agut, tip of the cap. Beautiful throw, beautiful setup, almost indefendable that.
Here's the kick, over it goes, and we're back, tied up 12 apiece. Andy, what a game we have in front of us, going one way then the next. Well, both these teams, and I saw the way the celebrations in the Noordheuwel section. Oh, they're up for the fight here, they're up for the game.
Yeah, he just manages to stay attached to his second row there. They almost fell apart, which would have been blocking. But after all that hard work, this is not where you want to be. They need to exit. It's not great. It is into touch, but it's not very far. And after you've just worked so hard to get yourself back in this game, you then make a mistake like that.
Started with the kickoff there, and it wasn't cleanly taken. Now then, Grey College on the front foot. Back to Boyson in front. A little bit too high, but still that ball goes. Now it's a chance for the Bloemfontein train to see if they can go forward. Oh, that has been taken in. Excellent stuff from the Blues.
You should see that again. If you watch it again, Boyson Boyson took the catch, but went forward with the ball. The thing was his surrounding support players didn't go forward with him. He went too far, which meant they couldn't then relatch and then get that drive on. That and then enabled Noordheuwel to just come round and smother that ball. So just the timing slightly off has just caused them to lose the ball.
Very, very good point. And those spectators are sitting in enjoying this one. What a clash we have, and we haven't even had 20 minutes yet. Retakes again. He's been good at 9 for Noordheuwel. Pops it out. Now a chance for them to run it from the back. And it's that man there, Ruud again. Now $8. Has he found his touch this time? Yes, he has. Gets a little bit more distance on this one. Just enough time on the ball to find that touch finder.
Yeah, a much better exit that time. I was going to mention Deirdre's just a minute ago, but you beat me to it. I've enjoyed the way he's slowed the play down when he's needed to slow it down, and he's sped it up when he's needed to speed it up. It's been a very clever and concise performance so far from Deirdre's.
Fourie just about fine stain. Ball's a little bit untidy, but the referee's got his arm out for a penalty. That's going to come the way here of Grey College, and again they're going to try and use this free play, see if they can gain some ground, lose the ball, but I'm sure the referee's going to blow his whistle for the high tackle.
Yeah, Andrew Lambert, the guilty party there. Van der Linden will look to find touch now. Noordheuwel kind of half managed the exit. Not a massive amount of distance on that.
I'm looking around this glorious ground here at Makota, and it's certainly filling up. People are coming in, and they must be enjoying this encounter as much as we are. So it is Tian Fourie. This time he finds Stein. That's a better latch on. That's a better drive forward. Now then, can they get the cohesiveness working together? Noordheuwel trying to keep them at bay as much as they can. Maybe coming in from the side. Referee still happy with that. Taken to ground. Referee with a blow on the whistle. And yet again, you have to give it to this front pack. Excuse me, this front pack of Noordheuwel. They are doing well to keep this Grey College at bay.
Well, we said it earlier. I saw that one maul early on. They're just scrapping in there. They're just trying to disrupt. They're trying to do anything. Get an arm in there. Get an elbow in there. Get something that's just upsetting Grey, and that's exactly what they're doing at the moment. It's not pretty, but they know they've got to do it. They can't let Grey get any momentum, because then you're in a whole world of trouble. And this is what they're doing. They're just disrupting at the moment, and when they get their chances, they'll look to exit again now.
Oh, will they use Kieran Ruud yet again here at first receiver? Eital has used him maybe to give him a little bit more time to then find a touch finder, or will Eital just decide, listen, no, he's not going to get the chance because it's a penalty at scrum time, and that goes to Grey College, and I think this might just go into the corner.
Yeah, legs gave way there, slid out the back on the hit. Got to stay square until that ball's in. Even then, Van der Linden, he hits it with anger, but he sliced it slightly. It's not going to make any difference, but you can see, I think he's quite irritated with himself at the moment. But there, again, needs to park it, 12 all. Still plenty of rugby to be played.
They're not giving Grey College any amount of time to get any bit of fluency into their play. Again, a throw, again stolen, and that just shows how Noordheuwel has been disruptive. Out it pops now, Eital trying to find another touch find, and that is a good one. From deep in, he's
so clever from Deirdre's. They were just about to fly up, and he just dipped the shoulder. He said, I'm not going to pass yet, ref. I don't know what they're doing there. And then as they're retreating, he hits his fly off. His fly off's got an extra second of time, and he finds a touch outside. That's what I'm saying. This boy's got a good head on his shoulder as Gideon Deirdre's.
Well, again, a throw that goes awry, but still, Grey College managed, fortunately, to hold on to it. Base shot at that here by his big number 4, Dropolis. He drives into the 22. They need quick ball. Van der Linden, not that many out there. Maria, oh, he beats the first tackle, but then there's 2 or 3 covering defense that comes their way as well. Is the ball still there? Trying to drag him over. Brilliantly done, but they're going to come back for a penalty. Now this is going to be decision time here for Grey College, because it is in front of the sticks on the 22. Do you take the 3 points, or do you try and set up another play?
Well, I tell you what, it would speak volumes of the Noordheuwel performance if they were to take 3 points here. But they're not going to. They're going to go to the corner. But I get your point. It was definitely an option, and I'm sure somebody somewhere would have thought about it, maybe.
If you get your nose in front, then you start chasing the game.
Scoreboard pressure, we were chatting about it this morning.
Oh, another line out. Can Noordheuwel defensive line keep this Grey College forward pack at bay? Fourie finds his man. More set yet again. Again being disruptive there. Referee's happy for that still to continue as being moving forward now, and they're about a meter or so short. Referee now with his arm out. It's going to be a penalty coming the way of Grey College. Coming in from the side, he says, ah man, Andy, he saw that early on there.
Yeah, they just managed to spin it round, and as they span it round, it created a second ruck. Then they had to really fight to get in there. But the first maul, again, they were in there. They were causing all sorts of problems. Poseidon out had managed to weasel his way through to the other side, through the middle. You can see they're just ready, set. They're going to follow Grey wherever they go and chuck a man up.
Out in front to the front. Boyson with a good take yet again. More set. They have to try and get points on the board. They've been here for a while. Oh, that is moving forward. This should surely be a try. Is it? No, it's not. Driven back yet again by Noordheuwel. Referee's going to blow on his whistle. Excellent defense. And listen, even to the crowd, listen to the players. They were truly up for this. Excellent work.
It's so ugly, it's beautiful. Honestly, they're just piling in there, and just whatever you could do, pull a finger off the ball. I guarantee you there's all sorts of shenanigans going on in there. But look at the way they're fighting and fighting and fighting and keeping Grey College out at the moment. It's admirable.
What a rugby game we are having here at the NMI Toyota Noord Suid Rugby Tournament. This is what it's all about. North meeting South. Diedrichs with the feed. Better scrum this time from Noordheuwel. Oh, and the rush defense has been up there very, very quickly. Again, it was Ruud with the man Eithal, and see if he can get some distance. He's been very good with the kick. It's been kept in by Maria. Now then, what is the defensive line come up, and he's going on a darting run with absolute gas. What a run that is by Maria. Sets Grey College onto the front foot. Now then, what can they make of this? Again, a darting run there in the midfield. Base looking for it. Van der Linden tries to grab it through, and that ball is shooting into the hands there of Noordheuwel. Now's a chance for them to get on the front foot, and still they're trying to play forward. Just couldn't manage to get the offload. Managed to keep the ball though. Well, and that ball's going to land now with Grey College, and plays a little bit scrappy, and there's nobody back there. And if it can get quick ball and just kick it over the top, no, they decide to keep the ball in hand. Now they pop it out to Maria. He's a strong man, but brilliant low tackle. Excellent low tackle, in fact, that time by Helmut. Referee with his arm up for another penalty, going off their feet. That was another opportunity for Noordheuwel to get into the half, but the unforced error yet again. And Grey College will yet again be able to get into the 22 of Noordheuwel. And at what point, Andy, won't they think, listen, we got to take the points on hand yet?
Well, I'll tell you what, that tackle from Sherman Base on the far side there on Diedrichs was phenomenal. Diedrichs was just about to offload that, and there was a clear run in, and he managed to grab man and ball base, and he dragged his opposite number down to the deck, and now they're in an attacking position yet again.
Well, this time they wanted quick ball out the back, and there he goes, the tank. Ethan Adams again foraging into the 22. Base pops it out now to some of the willing forward pack runners as they always come around the back of the ruck. Referee again with his arm out, potentially for a penalty that could be going away here of Grey College. Base with a little bit of a free play. Boyson, he tries to forage forward yet again, still opting to go to the right hand side. Van der Linden, Sambril And that has been stolen, but they're going to come back for the penalty. Andy, I'm going to ask you yet again, do you take the points on offer?
It's just not the Grey College thing to do, is it? But I would personally. But I'm a bit old-fashioned with these things, and I think they are going to take the points. A little point to that. I think Xander Smith has pointed to the sticks. To the ref, but maybe it's not his decision. They are going to go to the corner again. I mean, doing the same thing over and over again and getting the same result.
Well, do we start making a mental note? That's 3 or 4 occasions where they could have opted for the post. As you said, it's not the Grey way. But this is going to be a tight encounter, 12 apiece between Noordheuwel from Krugersdorp and Grey College from Bloem.
Dietrichs, he's right in the ear of his opposite number, so of Tianfuri.
Well, they've opted to go a different way. Oh, the ball has been knocked on. The ball has been knocked on, and yet again, look at all the smiling faces from Noordheuwel. They are well and truly up for this. High fives are plenty all round.
Look at the smiling faces in the crowd, though. Nobody was expecting this. Noordheuwel, they might be clinging on a bit, but they're doing it with style. They know exactly what they're doing. They're sticking to the game plan. Yes, they'd want more ball up in this half of the pitch. Yes, they'd love to be attacking more. But they're putting in the graft and they're putting in the hard work. So slowly but surely they're chipping away at the confidence of Grey College.
Well, that forward pack are holding their own. Now, there's a shove. Dietrich has to get this out. There's the willing runners, Rude, yet again there, as always. Takes a tumble or two. Now he fires out to Eitala, and then he puts it on his right peg. And there is the clearance. Is it going to be a quick throw? Yes, it is. Now then, here goes the men from Grey College. Ngezi has already got 2 tries, and yet again they lose the ball. He tried to kick the ball forward there. So now Noordheuwel got even a better chance to try and see if they can get some more territory. That's a quick ball out to the left-hand side. Another good break there. That time it was that man, Lawrence Dietrichs. Rush defense there, trying to keep them at bay. And again, they get over that Varnes line. Brilliant run, yet again, by Noordheuwel as they keep foraging forward here. Now it goes to Eitala. He's going to pump this into the dark blue sky here. The chase is good. The ball bounces. Now then, who's going to get it? Oh, that's going to be offside. Everything going the way of Noordheuwel, and now the crowd seem to be getting behind the team from Noordheuwel here.
Yeah, it's starting to sound a bit like Krugersdorp down here. Great work. They're not shy to go for the posts. And that's the problem when you're in Grey College. It looks like arrogance not going for the post now. Noordheuwel are like, we don't need a second invitation. It's a long way out. Bit of a breeze against him, but it's not too bad. He obviously fancies it from this range, and well, with 3 minutes to go to half-time, Eugene, surely not.
Here's the kick. There's the kick. He turns around as quickly as ever. Confidence is a wonderful thing in any sport, and it seemed to be brimming in that man there, Jandre Eitala, who pops the 3 points for Noordheuwel.
Well, he's had to use his boot a lot so far, usually punting it out of his own 22. But I'll tell you what, here's the up and under. It's Umgadesi, the try scorer, loses it in flight by a long way, touches it, and then back it comes. Of course, that touch puts Boyson offside.
Well, has Grey College managed to hold on to it? No, they haven't. It was a good kickoff by Van der Linden, but everything is going the way of Noordheuwel with just 2 minutes to go to the halftime break. And Noordheuwel, they have been full value for that 3-point lead, all thanks due to their defensive work as well.
Yeah, you always worry what it's going to do to them in the second half when you've been put under so much pressure for so long, but just the adrenaline almost, I mean, not far off a packed house here now at the Marcotta.
Yeah, as we see Triopolis just going off, just getting some attention to some blood as it's Bennett running on. He's going to join his forward pack there, but this is going to be a scrum in favour of Noordheuwel. Time is still ticking. The clock will still keep rolling unless there is a serious injury. 35 minutes aside.
Well, the last 3 halves of rugby played on this field by Grey College not been great, have they? This one's in their inter-schools last year with POWERHOUSE on this ground, didn't go well. And this certainly isn't going well.
Well, that's going to go into...
Need to be careful.
Yeah, that goes directly into touch. They just need to be a little bit more clinical, especially this time when they got the lead and they're so close to half-time. And that time it was Rollison kicking the ball directly into touch.
Yeah, Rollison just panicked a little bit there. Just thought the best thing to do is stick my boot on it, but unfortunately went up in the sky and straight out. 35 seconds to hold out. They've held out for nearly 35 minutes and they've stolen it again. But Grey have stolen it back.
Oh, that's a charge down. It's a little bit helter-skelter, but there's Eitala. He just pops the ball on his peg. Marie, he does well. He's a good runner. Again, fends off one, then he's tackled. But players inside his own half here as Base now decides to pop it out again. Here's the big men. That time Badenhorst. He's tackled. Now he just needs to roll away the Noordheuwel man. Base again, quick ball out. Claude Steyn, he's been prominent as ever for Grey College. There's the box kick forward. No one there. All he needs to do is just take time out of the game, because it looks like this will take us to half-time. And there it goes. And what a half of rugby we have witnessed here in the NMI Toyota Noord Suid Tournament here in Stellenbosch at POWERHOUSE. It is the men, the Blues, Noordheuwel, that are in the lead by 15 points to 12 over the much fancied Grey College. Now it's just the case that they are going to be playing the territorial game here.
Yeah, they're going to surely kick deep off this, fly down the other end and try and pin Grey in. And that's going to be the first play of the game, with a 3-point lead of this second half. And there he goes, deep with the kick, absolutely.
Well, taken in there by Vandenberg, and he goes on a run and he sort of breaks a couple of tackles and makes his way up to the 22-meter line. Referee with a loud blow on the whistle. And the first penalty is going to go the way of Grey College, and a chance for them to gain some ground. Just got to stay on your feet at the breakdown there, Andy, and just flying on the feet, the referee says. Van der Linden with the kick. I would say that's probably not one of his better ones, but he's put it out.
Those of you catching it in the background, you can hear the radio of the Grey College coaches, and let's just say it's not quiet. And it's not overly, I wouldn't say it was a pleasant tone of voice.
Again, at the front there is Boyson. Base. Van der Linden, short pass there into the midfield. It goes. Chambrel, that time with the darting run. Four's back on. There's the tank with a diagonal run. But he was well wrapped up. Well seen by Noordheuwel. Again, quick ball out to the left-hand side by Base. Continuing on their forward from Grey College. Base hurdling few players as it makes its way out to Van der Linden, and then finds another darting run. They've lost the ball, and now it's in the hands here of Noordheuwel. Now a chance for them to launch an attack. And I think they're going to run out of real estate on the far side, and that's going to be a line out. The first here, or apologies, the second here in the second half.
Good defence again, just making the tackles. If they've got to double up on Adams, they double up on Adams. And they drop him down, but then eventually when it gets to the likes of Ungadezi, he has to come inside and dance around. He's not making any ground.
No, he's not, but we've got Muller and Smith in the back line here. Quick ball out to Van der Linden. A few dummy runners in front of him, but he's well wrapped up. They're trying to rip the ball away from him. Didn't succeed, but yet they're quick there to tackle him. Now it's in the hands of the right winger, Van der Berg, again, he's wrapped up. Still, they're trying to play with some pace. Smith with a run now. Can they keep him up? Eventually goes to ground. Now they've got release. Pace. Nkadezi, well, he is wrapped up and driven backwards at the alarming rate. That time by the left winger, Jade Rollison. Again, they have to rework this. The men from Bloem, and that is stolen, but unfairly so. Coming in from the side, says the referee. Penalty goes the way of Grey College, and surely they'll find a touch finder here.
Oh, Jade Rollison, stick it on the highlight reel, my friend. That's a massive hit. Daisy, 2 tries and 1 dumped on your backside, my son. What a tackle from Rollison. It's tackles like that that just put you on the front foot. They give them, they conceded a penalty not too long after it, but it just lifts the crowd. It just lifts the players around you.
Looking at that hospitality tent on the far side there, and everybody's standing watching this game, as it is another line out to Grey College in the 22 of Noordheuwel. That has flown over the back. Might have been a little bit of a knock on. Not straight, says the referee. So they got an option. I think they're going to decide to go for the scrum. Unforced error.
Yeah, I can tell you the noise that came out of that tent when Atala hit that ball to go 15-12 up. They knew it was over straight away. There's no love lost between this school and the ones in with the orange numbers on their back right now, and they will be enjoying it in that tent, I can tell you that much.
If our cameraman can find Johan Smith and Hannes Nienaber anywhere, we'll be happy to see how they are. There must be nails being clenched, as it is penalty, early shove, says the referee, and a chance for Noordheuwel to gain some relief here. Well, he does what he needs to do. Good touch finder. And still they're going to have the chance to throw the ball into the lineup. They've been excellent so far, thus far, 39 minutes into this encounter. Great throw there by Agu, and there's the maul. Now can they get this ball moving forward? Still going. It's nearly at the halfway line. Diedrich's looking for men to keep going into the maul. Now then, there's one that's joining them. Now there's a breakaway. Zagru goes into the half of Grey College. This ball will come out with Diedrichs. Eithala pops it into the air. Now then, who's going to be up for this catch? Oh, what a take that is by Maria. And off he goes for Grey College. Pops it onto the outside, on to the left wing. Pops it back to Magezi. Can he get his 3rd try? He's going to go into the corner. What a try from Grey College, and that try puts them back into the lead.
Take a bow, Tristan Maria. That was some take in the air, not just the take, the spin and straight into his running. Superb work. Here he goes. There's the big handoff, and there's the offload. Flicked back inside beautifully. Is that Chambriel that flicked that inside? And Ngudezi. Such a tight game. He's got a hat-trick.
Well, you said there with the stats there was hardly any, if any, offloads from Grey College, and there we've seen 2 in the space of 3 passes, and over they went. They've got a 2-point lead, and this, in the context of the game, is a very, very important kick for Jan Hendrik van der Linden. Looks like it's hit the upright and over it goes. Not the first time we've seen that today, but the 2 points is added. 19 points to 15.
That's it. There's it just after the catch, and then it just opens up. Ngudezi tries to get on there in the first place. Chambry, that's a fantastic offload on the way in. Just wonder whether one of those little left feet of Ngudezi tickled the line as he was going down that. Anyway, we'll just say the assistant referee's closer than we are. And this is what he tried to do with the first kickoff of the second half. And I can't believe that Benjamin van den Berg has not learnt his lesson. He only just took that catch in the first half. And I reckon that Eithale looked at that and went, I can actually kick this ball further than I did.
Well, he had a good practice go before, and that time he executed it to perfection. Now then, defensive scrum, and that is good from the referee, getting them to get set. We spoke about this earlier today. New referee, his patience has run out. He wants the game to continue and flow like it is. Picked up there at the back by Steyn, but not in straight. And again, a roar of approval, not just from Noordheuwel fans, but from everybody, it seems, around here, except for the Grey College men.
Oh, the South Terrace is on fire. They're up on their feet down there. They're loving it behind the posts. A big roar, as that was not straight again. Nobody sat down. Noordheuwel, they're dancing around. The subs, they're all itching to get on when it's this close. Deirdre's a man who's had a superb game so far. And again, they can't. They are not a proper bind, unfortunately. Grey getting an escape from jail free card.
I can just see Jan Hendrik van der Linden just getting his troops there and just saying, listen, come on, we need to up it. It hasn't been as fluent, but they're not allowed to be as fluent. They can only be as good as what the opposition is allowing you to do, and Noordheuwel have really been up for the clash here.
They're counting them in at the line out. They're waiting, and then up they go. They're causing all sorts of problems. They can't get clean ball, and Base is wrapped up again. Well, he's done well.
Oh, he's not wrapped up. He has swiveled out of that. Still there for them as a pick up and go. Noordheuwel. Defensive line is going to be. So ask the question here again here. It looks like he's shaping up for the box kick. And that is charged down. Now then, just don't. Oh, that's a good tackle on Van der Linden. Now then, Ngezi, he's got it all to do. Pops it out here to the right by Van den Berg. He's showing his strength and he's going to be held up. One feels. Trying to get that ball, Russell. And eventually the referee blows his whistle, held up. Well, there's a few men just saying, hi, how you doing? Because this means a lot to them.
Well, this Noordheuwel pack at the moment are like a pack of wolves, like a pack of wild dogs. They are all over them at the line out, at the scrum, at maul time, at tackle time. They're keeping people off the floor. They're winning maul ball. It's incredible work. This whole pack is just on the hunt constantly.
Then keep your discipline, Noordheuwel. Set piece. 10 meters out from the try line of Grey College. There's the scrum. The referee is going to blow another penalty. Scrum infringement going the way of Grey College. And yet again, in quick succession, mind you, Noordheuwel have conceded that penalty.
The coaches need to jump on that, and they need to jump on it now. It's the same prop on the same side. They need to make a change because that's two golden opportunities. They're not going to keep coming along. It's a much better kick as well from Van der Linden.
Well, they've opted for the five-man line out here. In they come, Grey College. Boyson have been the man, and then it is stolen again, and here come the men from Grey, and oh, what a run that is from Fourie. Rollins is still lying on the ground. Out it comes Van der Linden. Again, trying to cut back inside into traffic, that is. Trying to steal the ball there at the breakdown base. Smith again. Getting front football. Now it's get moved on there by Steyn, the tall second row of Grey College. Still opting to go to the left-hand side, and that is stolen. And over he goes. It's going to be Eithale. What a game he is having. Intercept the try, and just like that, they are back in the lead.
What is happening in Stellenbosch? My word. This defence, they need... Oh, there's going to be some sore bodies tomorrow, but Eithaler, he gambled, he won. And men over from Grey, Van der Linden. Oh, he throws it short. Adams goes long. Adams needed to come short. That can't all be on Van der Linden, that. But he still throws the pass. And Eithaler has put his team back in the lead with a conversion to come. If anybody's watching this and switches channel, don't ever watch rugby again. This is schoolboy rugby in South Africa at its best.
Taking his time.
I'm taking a breath.
There's the kick, there's the conversion, 2 points out of the lead, goes back to 3. What a game of rugby. Andy Daniel, we are seeing in front of us here at the Makota.
Yeah, here we go again. Van der Linden, there's nobody short for him, and he's got to kind of throw that pass, whatever. It's betwixt and between for Van der Linden. I feel for him a little bit there, because Adams has gone on that wide arc looking for that, whereas the ideal line for him was to come short and take the ball. But either way, he's still got to throw the pass, and he did. So
a little bit untidy from the kickoff, but they've managed to hold on to the ball. Agu with a run forward, getting over the advantage line. Quick ball from Dietrichs. A little bit of a grubber forward. That's base. Oh, he fell on it, but the ball goes clear, and then it is still in the hands now of Botha. He's been on the score sheet already with the try. That was Rian Smith with the 4-4 into the hands of Bezuidenhout. Dietrichs, Eithaler, pops the cross ball, kick, into the hands it goes. Brilliant rugby from Noordheuwel, just running out of real estate there. But now then, the expansive play from Noordheuwel is here now for us to enjoy.
Eithaler's having a time of his life out there. Sticks it on a sixpence, look at that. Straight into the arms. I tell you what, he beats that man and it's game on. Good Daisy is not happy out there. Marmon and Morket Sasana all over this. But Eithaler has just grown and grown and grown in this time. And this is a statement. Van der Linden is coming off the fly half. He's on 50 minutes.
Well,
it's not gone his way today.
It hasn't, but the penalty is going to go the way of Grey College here straight away. Now again, a few men. Maybe this is where Noordheuwel are getting under the skin a little bit of Grey College here.
And I would continue doing it. I would completely continue to do it if I was out there. Just a little pull of the shirt. I mean, the referee's noticed it. And he's asked for no more of it. But if you can just rile up your opposition, the pressure is not on Noordheuwel now. The pressure is all on Grey with 20 to go.
Yes, they are, and they've been having this position surely before, and they should be playing under the pressure as well. But maybe this is a different type of pressure. This is the pressure of the NMI Toyota Noord Suid Rugby Tournament here in Stellenbosch. Again, they're competing at the break, at the line out as well. Not making it easy for Grey College to get easy ball from the line out. Referee is happy for that. To continue out, it pops. The tank, Ethan Adams, finds himself at first receiver, but he is well dragged, well tackled again by this Noordheuwel team. Now it pops out here. Here's Mngedezi, fires it out to Van den Berg. What has he got? Well, he's got a good step, but what a tackle that is. Excellent tackle on defense. Ball still with Grey College though. In the hands there of State. Men flying in there at ruck time. Quick ball out. Just got to hold on to that ball. Ervier. He's on there for Van der Linden. Base opts to go to the left. That's Adams. Puts the ball down on his foot. The referee with his arm out. Is it? Still play continuing. In fact, the ball is in with Noordheuwel. They're just going to see if they can clear their lines. This ball is not going to go out. It's in the hands there of Irvia. He pops it into Mogadesi. Well, he is quick, but he has been tackled as he, and then quick on his feet. Eventually been brought down. Pops it out here to the left, to the right-hand side. The big flanker pops it inside to Van den Berg. Now then, found himself 5 meters out. Crowd got involved. And then just at the final point, it's a knock-on. And cheers from the crowd, cheers from everybody here, it seemed. Well, Grey College, they were on the attack. What a run that was by Xander Smith for Grey College.
Oh, and there's verbals and verbals and verbals going out there. He's got to do better there as Jade Rollison. I know he made a massive tackle just a minute ago, and he was holding his shoulder. I just wonder whether that put him off going for that. But let's have another look at the knock-on and another reminder of that Morket Sasana tackle down here in this corner on Benjamin van den Berg. It was massive. He looked to run straight over him, and he more than took him to the deck with aplomb.
Folks, don't go anywhere for the next 16 minutes of this thrilling encounter between Grey College and Noordheuwel. Noordheuwel enjoying a 3-point lead, 22-19 over Grey College. There's the shove. Oh, penalty, and again they're getting a penalty at scrum time. Grey College. And I think what they're going to do here is again kick for the line. We've seen it countless times without much sort of reward for it, Andy.
Yeah, this is a one-sided. I mean, Deirdrix has put it into the second row's feet, and they've still been driven over it. And we saw a shot of the old boys from Grey in that tent in the village.
Oh, the catch.
We're excited for this one.
The catch, the maul. Oh, they're over the line. Referee's in a good position. He says it's held up. Oh, and look at Noordheuwel there. Has been held up. But they're going to have a scrum. And they have been excellent at scrum time. They've got the power. Noordheuwel, they can't celebrate just yet.
Again, the line-out defence. You see there, Kian Lawrence straight over the top of that ball. That enables him then to get his hands on it and just plonk his body underneath it and allow them all to just fall on it. Look at a celebration from Deirdrix, he's loving it. And then he realises there's another scrum coming.
There's another scrum indeed. Has Noordheuwel got something here, something special, but they know what they're going to get from Grey here.
You need to watch base on this blind side as well. Rollison's very tight to that scrum, but they go out wide.
Base. Pops it out. There's the tank. Adams coming in on the line. Still made available. Now they're switching it up. It's in the hands of the big prop forward as he ventures forward. Pops it up to the left-hand side. Keeping it tight. The defensive work of Noordheuwel is going to be tested well and truly here. Again, a pick up and drive. Literally, practically on the line. Can they keep them at bay? Referee again in a very good position. Pops it out here to the right-hand side. Oh, and again they lose the ball. And it's been kicked forward. It's straight into the hands of Fourie. But it's gained them about 10 meters or so. So yet again, Grey College got a role to do here. Big run forward by Triopolis. Still opting to go to the left-hand side. Chambrel, Adams, Mogadesi. Still going forward, now just 5 meters short. Good covering defense there from Noordheuwel at the moment. Holding their own, there's a Fourie forward, literally, practically on the line yet again from Grey College. Referee in a good position, gives the try. As I said, they were practically on the line. And eventually, the pressure has told on the defensive work of Noordheuwel. And with that, Grey College now find themselves in the lead.
Oh my word. Umgadesi, he's been a menace all day. He's one of the highlights for sure of this team. And there it is, a metre short. And then here's the pickup over the top. Got a feeling it was one of the props that got over in the end. Maybe Badenhorst. Have to see from behind to see the number. But Grey, again, edge their way back into this lead. This is a big kick. This is a big kick.
Well, the kick drifts past the upright. Well, it's a 2-point game. Well, what entertainment, what excitement we're having late on here on day 2 of this NMI Toyota Noord Suid Rugby Tournament here at the Makota POWERHOUSE Gymnasium in Stellenbosch.
Grab a coin out of your pocket, flick it in the air, call heads or tails, and where this is going to finish.
Well, they've got about 3 men here now on the line, and Eital just pops it about the 22. Taken there in by Miller. That's good work from him. But he's looking at his options. Looks like he's shaping for a box kick. Oh, that is charged down by Diedrichs. Now they're going to be under pressure. Noordheuwel now on the attack. This game is ebbing and flowing one way, then the next. Now the big man, Bezuidenhout, comes in. Crowd getting behind Noordheuwel here. Pops it out here into the midfield. Oh, that ball has been sort of knocked on, one feels. Referee's happy for play to continue. And back they come, Noordheuwel now. Excellent tackle. What a tackle that is.
Bodies on the line everywhere.
Oh, Agu now with the run forward, and he's lost the ball forward, and now just small errors coming to the fore here for Noordheuwel, and maybe the men from Bloemfontein can certainly reap the rewards from that. But again, it's stripped. There's nobody home. There is nobody home, and over he goes. It's a try, is it? Well, I think the referee is given a knock on. He's given a knock on. That ball was lost forward right there on the try line.
It was. I could see it from here. I don't know why he doesn't dive on it. The medic, he should have been tackled for a start. But lovely little chip and chase. All he's got to do is fall on it. Just dive, my man. Oh, no.
Sterling work by Ethan Adams.
He should never have been given a chance. I get this one-handed put down. I get it looks all right, but it's so dangerous. You kick it, you catch it on your knee, anything. There's no extra points for style. Just dive on that ball and finish the try. Oh, there might be some sleepless nights if this doesn't go their way.
It was there for him, as you said. It was on a platter. He charged down, kicked forward. Oh, what a game. We're in to the final 10 minutes where the ball is on the 5-meter line of Grey College, who are enjoying a 2-point lead over Noordheuwel, and replacements running up. Ruben Boertes going onto the field. Graaf, he goes onto the field trying to beef up that front line, that forward line, that front row, because this is an important scrum.
Here it is again. There's the tackle. It pops. So it's the number 8. It's Armand van Heck. Brilliant kick. Just dive on it and score. But like you said, Ethan Adams did not give up. That ball could have bounced anywhere, could have bounced in any way. He just managed to get in there and slap that out of his hands. Oh, Van Heck, he'll want another chance, I'm telling you that now.
Well, back to come here to the game is Adams with ball in hand, and I'm just watching the men that have been replaced, and no one can tell me it doesn't mean anything to these schoolboys. It means a lot to them. Tiri with a little bit of a run now. Gets past his opposite number. Eventually he's tackled. Oh, the penalty goes the way of Grey College. And now they are just trying to slow the game down. Taking their time. I think we're still in for some thrilling fireworks in the back end of this encounter. That's a good touch finder. Taking play just beyond the 10-meter line, inside the half.
Yeah, Ervis, sorry, Eugene. Ervis kicked well since it's come on. He's managed to get them a bit more distance on the kicks.
Good throw again, finds Boyson. It pops, not the best of passes, but they have tied it up. Sambrell pops it out to the left. Maria, he is a strong runner. Takes 2 or 3 to get him down. Still there for Grey College. Stein. Good ball carrier. Again goes into the 22 with the help of one of his teammates. Quick ball needed. Again a 40 forward. The defensive work is again going to be tested here on Noordheuwel. Smith that time, but he has got 3 men around him. Now they go over the ball, and a penalty goes the way of Noordheuwel, and the cheers and the crowd are getting louder.
Whatever happens in this game, Noordheuwel have put themselves into a different level that they probably didn't even know they had. That's how good they've been here today. And that man, Eitala, with another booming kick up to nearly halfway. 6.5 minutes is a long time.
Well, he took the words out of my mouth here about whatever happens in this game, because this has been a thrilling encounter between these two schools. Good throw, good catch, maul set, there they go, rambling forward. Seems like the crowd is getting behind them as well. And the ball pops out as Agu. He needs some support as well with him. Eventually brought down at the halfway line. Diedrichs, he's been good. Eitala fires the ball out there into midfield. Rude again with the run forward. They're opting to go to the right-hand side as that man Learance.
Starting to get a bit narrow now. They need to put some width on this.
Well, I think that's why Eitala decided to kick that. Oh, nearly a great take by Mukadezi, and there he goes. Yet again on a foray, pops it up into a little bit of space. Can he get it? Yes, he can. Now then, has he got the space? Has he got the gas? He pops it out to the left-hand side. Is this going to be one of the all-time good tries we've seen in this tournament? And they run out of real estate. But all the hard work was done by the fullback, Mukadezi.
Mukadezi, he has been the one shining light of this Grey team. Not only does he chip and chase, watch this second handoff. Get out of it. I'm staying alive. He keeps on his feet, gives it to Boyson. And then finally, Maria. But who comes across again? It's Morkitsasana. That boy has put his body on the line today, and he manages to drag it into touch. Oh my word. Nobody deserves to lose this game. It's been sensational.
And what a game to really be on comms and watching these brave youngsters out there giving it their all for their schools. Now the replacement runs on. Clean now makes his way onto the field. That ball goes to the back of the line-out. However, Noordheuwel have got it all to do from practically on their own try line here. Out it pops, Eitala. And what he does, he just does the basics, but he hasn't found distance, but he's found the touchline.
Yeah, you just wonder, is that the chance got? 4 minutes to go. We've seen intercepts, we've seen chip and chases, we've seen drop balls, we've seen everything.
Great with the feet. Now the more goes. This is a big moment in the game. If Grey scores here, oh, they're going to get the penalty. They're going to get the penalty, gain their way. Out it comes. Adams. He's going to put his head down, trying to get there to the line. Still there for Grey College. Time ticking away. Another 40 forward. It's the big prop forward yet again. Just a meter or so out. Bardenors trying to work those legs. Easy over. Referee moves round. He's going to blow on his whistles, held up. And in fact, they're going to come back for the penalty on the left-hand side there. They want to look to take it quickly, or are they going to try and let the clock just run down a little bit?
Well, I think that's probably game, set and match, unless Grey do something of huge self-destruction proportions. 2.5 minutes left. You kind of feel they need to get a penalty here. Noordheuwel in whichever way, or turnover. The scrum's not gone well enough that it's a weapon to win a penalty, but they've turned it over at the line out with the knock on. Just wonder whether this scrum is strong enough to hold up and give them a chance just to get one of those runners. Look at Sasana, Rollison or Marmon, even Eitala, just find a gap, just find a break, hit a tired shoulder.
Well, this ball is not going to be kicked, I don't think. Time running out. Yes, we still have to announce the NMI Toyota player of the match. You can forgive us for not saying that at this point in time. This game is on a knife edge here. In it goes from Diedrichs. Out it pops to willing runners. Rude yet again. Taken out by the legs. Still there for Diedrichs. They've got it all to do. And what will it be? What will it mean to Noordheuwel? In fact, now the ball is being kicked out. Again, Mugezi, how's that for a kick? Well, he pops up. This fella has been tremendous for... Oh, has that been deemed forward? That ball has been deemed forward. He has been excellent today. Mugezi, the number 50 for Grey College, but trying to get play to continue. Tried the chicken wing pass, but that pass has deemed to be going forward. Now a scrum inside the half of Grey College.
Listen to the crowd, Eugene. Listen to the crowd. They're all on their feet. You can see the maroon hats. There's no there's no doubt who they're supporting. And the boys to our left, the old boys in their cardigans and their jumpers, are on their feet. They would love to see Noordheuwel, and we can't give you man of the match until this game is potentially over. But this man is definitely in the frame from it. Let's go through some contenders from Noordheuwel. Diedrichs, Eitala, I think Walkett Sassan has been great. The whole pack have been nothing but incredible.
Fire out there to the right winger. There's some space on that side. Now he pops it back in. Oh, Adams with a serious hit. In fact, it's going to be deemed illegal. Now that penalty. Even the crowd on the far side is getting involved here. Surely they're going to kick. Well, he's saying he's going to kick for post. Eitala wants to kick for post here. He is kicking to the post. What a moment this is.
I can't sit down for this.
What a moment this
Jandre
is.
Eitala has a chance to put himself down. Not just a bit of a hero tonight. In Noordheuwel legendary status, he struck the ball so well tonight. Let's
There's the kick. Has he got the legs? Has he got the legs? He has the legs, but it misses the upright on the right-hand side. All eyes on the referee. He blows his whistle. What a game of rugby that has been. It's been absolutely magnificent. What a spectacle for this, the NMI Toyota Noord Suid Rugby Tournament. And with that, your NMI Toyota player of the match is none other than Lamla Mungadezi. Scored 3 brilliant tries, and he was excellent on defense as well. But what a spectacle that was. A brilliant, brilliant game of rugby. And plaudits and kudos should go to both those sides. Grey College victorious by 2 points here, 24-22 over Noordheuwel.